I was in the San Francisco area for one night, and all of a sudden, I have ants crawling up my bed. And we've got the Bomb Cyclone going on over here in San Francisco. So it's raining, and I had to move all my stuff out of my van with the rain. Hi, I'm Amber, and this is Lily, and we live in this converted Ram ProMaster van. We've been RVing on the road for 4.5 years now, full time. First, I was in this 26-foot Winnebago Spirit, and while I loved it, I longed for something a little bit more nimble to get around North America. That's when I saw this van, and I knew I had to have her. By the way, her name is Addie, after the Eat, Pray, Love book and movie, and short for Attraversiamo, which means to cross over in Italian. I've done a lot of crossing over, like leaving a comfy 9-to-5 job with golden handcuffs to pursue this crazy digital nomad life and live it up exploring the world now, rather than waiting for retirement. Oh, and by the way, the Winnebago, her name was Liz, after Elizabeth Gilbert, the author. Are you seeing a theme here? Okay, so back to Addie. Addie decided to break on me in Woodstock, New York, and now I don't have any power to any of the outlets in the van, amongst the 6 other things that continue to break as I cross the country back to the West Coast and get her all fixed up again for the winter. Last week on our cross-country drive, we drove from Nebraska to Salt Lake City, Utah to do some mooch stalking at a friend's, but not before leaving a beautiful campsite in the middle of the night when temperatures plummeted to 27 degrees, which is when pipes and tanks start to freeze fast, and I'm not in a 4-season van. After a little R&R with my friend and insulating the windows of the van, it was time to hit the road again for the final leg to San Francisco, California. Oh, and if you like what you're seeing, leave me a comment, consider subscribing and sharing the video with your friends and family. Now let's get into the show. Well, we're on I-80, headed west towards Reno, Nevada. See, we've got these beautiful, beautiful mountains over here. This stretch through Nevada is probably one of my least favorite stretches of I-80 for 2 reasons. The first reason is that it's 80 miles per hour on this highway. People go 80, which is a lot. Especially semi-trucks who come up on you really quickly and pass you, kind of pushes you over because my van is a little bit smaller than, of course, the semi-truck. The second thing is that it's very, very windy out here. So we're just west of the Great Salt Lake, and this is all just salt and covered in a little bit of water. But I've actually stayed over here a couple years ago before I went to Alaska. It's just a further west out here, actually in Nevada. It's closer to that mountain range that you may or may not be able to see over there. It's pretty hard packed in the areas where it's not watery and you can camp on it. Well, we stopped over here at the Bonneville Salt Flats. It's also a rest area. Welcome to the Bonneville Salt Flats, Utah's famed measure mile site of world land speed record runs. It says the first world land speed record on the Bonneville Salt Flats was set on September 3rd, 1935 by Sir Malcolm Campbell. His speed was 301.13 miles per hour. It's insane. And in 1965, that record was broken by Gary Gabelich. 622.407 miles per hour. That sign actually says no trespassing, private property, enter at your own risk. But I see all these people out here just walking on it. It's beautiful. Now you know where Salt Lake City gets its name from, is all the salt out here. We're climbing through the mountains over here. There's actually an area back there that said to chain up, which means put some chains on your tires because you're going through an area that typically would get snow in the wintertime. It's 52 degrees outside right now. It's just a beautiful day. It's nice and sunny. Wind is not bad right now. It's good. Guys, I stopped over here to get gas. We're still in Nevada, of course. $4.01 a gallon, $46.46. I'm just gonna get some grapes and some carrots together for a snack for the road right now. I'm measuring them out because I'm measuring my food and using the Noom app to lose weight. So many of you had recommended it to me and I really like it. It seems to work well for me because it's not a menu plan and you can pick whatever foods you want. So I'm gonna do a cup of grapes, some carrots, not a ton right now, but the wind is horrendous. It's really bad. Lily, how you doing, girl? It's 52 degrees outside right now. There may or may not be snow up in those mountains. All right, so here's the scoop. I pulled over, I checked the weather, it's good. The worst spot is Truckee, California. It's at about 5,800 feet in elevation and it's supposed to be about 39 degrees when I pass through, but that's the worst. No snow, just rain. It's supposed to snow overnight, so another reason why I wanted to push through, because I don't want to have to deal with snow going over this pass. It's 44 degrees now. Okay, here's an update. We're going downhill now. It says for the next 50 miles. This is through the mountains. And it's 36 degrees out right now. The further we get down the mountain, the warmer it's gonna get. And I just saw snow plows off to the side. So much better now. It's 42 degrees outside. This is California. So many of you have reached out to me and asked me, Amber, what are you doing to up your game on Instagram? Because we've definitely noticed a difference in your photography. And you guys would be right. I've definitely made a change. I've actually started learning a little bit more about how I can make some of the photos that I take look more beautiful and more high contrast, and also take better pictures so that I don't have to do a lot of editing post-production. So let me tell you what I've done. And that leads me to today's sponsor of this video, which is Skillshare. You guys know how much I love Skillshare. I turn to them for everything that I want to learn because they have so many classes on there. So I found this one class from Sean Dalton on Adobe Lightroom, finding your unique editing style. His class helped me to learn more about how to take a good photo from the beginning, but also how to improve it in Adobe Lightroom photo editing software, especially if I just completely got the exposure wrong and needed to edit it post-production, which can happen quite frequently sometimes, especially if I'm in a hurry. You can see if you take this one photo that I have here where I started out and then I edit it in Lightroom post-production, you can see the difference in the photo from the beginning and to the end, and how his class has really helped me to learn how to use Lightroom post-production. Skillshare has so many incredible classes for creators like photography, videography, even painting, and creative writing. I used to just point and shoot for photography and for videography, but I just really wanted to up my game. So again, that's when I turned to Skillshare to see if they had a class that would help me with that. And of course they did, because they have thousands of classes that they offer to creators just like me and just like you. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video today, they are giving the first 1,000 people who click that link in the description box a free trial to Skillshare. And after that, it's super cheap to keep going with ads-free classes and unlimited access. So make sure you go over there and click that link in the description box. And a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video today. Well, hello everyone. It's definitely not my van, is it? I'm actually in a hotel room. I had to basically move in here temporarily because I'm getting some work done on my van, but that's not the reason why I had to move in here. I was in the San Francisco area for one night, and all of a sudden, I had ants crawling up my bed. And we've got the Bomb Cyclone going on over here in San Francisco. So it's raining, and I had to move all my stuff out of my van with rain, but I couldn't believe that I had ants. The tarp is coming off my bike. I feel like I can't get a break. I cleaned up the back area here so that they can get in and fix the inverter down here tomorrow. But you can see I have these ant bait traps down here. They're on all the corners over there, all over here too. I sprayed some Raid in there, all in the corners. It's awful, so definitely don't want to be in here with that smell. On a side note, I have my serpentine belt here out because I think that's going bad too. So another thing to add to the list for Gordon, because I need to get that fixed. It's squealing. So when I hit the gas, it squeals a little bit. And then when I let off the gas, it doesn't squeal. So I think that's the serpentine belt. The ants are the big problem. So I had to have just gotten them yesterday. They were crawling up kind of in the bed. I was actually going to bed last night, 10:30 at night. And I felt like something crawling on me. I was like, what is going on? It was an ant. I was like, uh-oh. So I looked over in the corner of the bed, over. So the bed's up right now. This is, you guys have probably never seen it like this. This is kind of the Murphy bed, how it is actually hooked up right here with this little device. And it stays up right there. And then this is my mattress, just one side of it. The other side is over here. So you can see kind of what it looks like when it's all folded up. So the ants are coming from that corner over there, and they're coming from the door in the corner. I've never had ants in my van before. I don't have, you know, any kind of food or anything back there. So I just must have been under a tree or something where they got in. You guys wanted me to bring the rain from the East Coast to the West Coast, so you're welcome. Got kitchen over here. It's like a nice little apartment. So had to go buy water. I stocked the fridge with food and everything so that I could eat well. Got lots of freezer space in here. Spices and Lily's food and water, and just brought that stuff in. I know it's a little bit messy right now because I'm still moving things around. This is all the stuff that I brought in from the van that I had to clear out. Lily, hi girl. We have our bed. It's really big in here. We have a little area here. We have the bathroom and a nice shower. Yeah. I got in last night at 2:30 in the morning because this literally happened so late and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. This is a much better setup so that Gordon can have the van, work on it, get everything he needs done on it. I can work in here, Lily can be comfortable, and we can get rid of the ants. Well, good morning. It's time to take the van over to Gordon's at Edge Vanworks. So we have quite a few things to get done on the van. One is I need to get the inverter fixed. I need to fix the Fantastic fan because I think the sensor is dirty. The other thing is some tape or something hanging down from underneath that's on the freshwater tank, and so I need to get that fixed as well. I also need to get the serpentine belt fixed because it's making that weird noise under the hood. So we got a spare one from Heimer whenever we first purchased the van. So here's the belt for that. And we're also going to seal everything on top. He's gonna do just kind of an annual maintenance check up there, make sure everything is sealed properly. And then also around the van, the inverter issue, the GFCI, which the GFCI might be okay, but they just have to test everything. So they're somehow connected for sure. We're gonna get a new spare tire mount. So on the propane tank, there are wires hanging down, although I have them taped up right now, but wires hanging down that connect to the gauge that tells me inside how much propane I have. So that needs to be rewired. And then the USB and DC charger under the bench, that went out the other day. So he's gonna do that. And then the tape that I talked about. So lots of stuff here. There we go. Come on.
I don't have anything to say except this is really good coffee and you should totally get one of these.
Guys, look at what Dave, you guys know Dave.
Yeah, we're really roughing it here.
He's got a Heimer. Hello, Mr. Minimalist. He got some swanky espresso machine here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Every van lifer should have one.
Good grief, the gas is super expensive here in California. $4.82. If you want premium, it's over $5. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Holy cow. I have never paid over $100 for gas in this van. Never. I cannot believe that. $101.74. $4.82 a gallon. It's really $4.85, but I'm at a Shell, and so I get a discount because I have a rewards card here. 3 cents discount. That's insane. Just over here with Gordon from Edge Vanworks. He's the guy that came up to Alaska to literally save me up there.
Cheers.
Oh, yum. What you got, wiggle butt? What you got? What you got? Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? It's mine. It's mine. Go. It's mine. Well, guys, it is time to move out of this hotel room and back into the van. Picked up the van late last night and Gordon fixed everything on it, so I'm so excited. The inverter's working. Guess what? There was nothing wrong with it. It was just the GFCI switch, but for some reason, I couldn't get that thing to go back on. He literally just plugged it into shore power and got it working again, and I did the same thing, but it didn't work, so I don't know. Maybe Gordon has the magic touch. Do you see all this stuff? It's a lot. I like the fact that I have the kitchen. That's why there's a lot of stuff, so that I can cook and be healthy and, you know, eat well. Cooking is really what's the best thing for me. So I've got this entire refrigerator stocked with stuff that I got to move out of here as well. But it's been great. I love this place. It's been really nice and quiet and a great place to hang out while my van was getting fixed. Well, good news, guys. We are back in the van. I'm so excited to be back in. I know, I love the hotel room for just a little while, but it's so good to get back and be in our home. You glad to be back in, Lily? Yeah? I tell you what, it feels so good to be back in the van. I've got everything moved back in. Just hanging out here for a couple more days in the Livermore area just to make sure that the inverter is working properly. Lily, it's time to eat. Come on, girl. What are you doing? Let's help her a little bit. There you Aren't you hungry? You slept in, girl. It's like 9:30, Mama. You a tired girl? Are you tired? Okay. Oh, I should pick you on. Do you want to eat? Do you want to eat now? There's the guard dog.
Howdy, stranger.
It's Dave and
Hey.
Oh, there's little Kirby. Hi, Kirby. Everybody knows Kirby.
Oh. Yeah, help yourself to Lily's food. That's totally cool.
It's okay. I want to show you what Gordon did over here to the van. We've got this new spare tire holder. It's actually mounted on the door, but let me pull the bike out so you can see. So what's missing is I had the hitch right here for the spare tire. It was a swing away that Gordon had installed several years ago. But this is actually coming from Landed Gear. Mark is his name. He made this over there at Landed Gear. He's an engineer. And you can see it's mounted to the door frame itself. So let me show you what happens now. Swing this door open, cut this door open, and look, comes out right with it, which is amazing. So now we don't have to take that hitch over there and swing the tire out every time we want to open this door, which is beautiful. The other great part is it just frees up access to everything so much better. It's a lot easier. And we just shut it. Perfect. Close that door. And it's so much easier. So the only thing I have to contend with now is the swing away arm for the bike. So the other thing Gordon did is he fixed the heat shield tape that was coming off down here and put on that aluminum tape that helps to keep it all down and stuff so that it doesn't damage the gray tank. He also did this seal here for me, and then the seals up on top for the fantastic fan so that we don't have any water leaking out. He also fixed my propane gauge down here so that it's actually working properly. The wires were loose. So a huge thanks to Gordon for helping me out and getting all that taken care of over there at Edge Vanworks in Livermore, California. I'll put a link down in the description box. If you guys have a Ram ProMaster or a van, go check him out. He's pretty phenomenal.
Post or whatever, he's like, oh, he's asking me about the van and stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, it smells really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, that looks so good. Steak pho. If you've never had pho, spelled P-H-O, it is the best. It's a Vietnamese noodle soup. Dave's actually having a vegan pho. It's all vegetable. It's beautiful. Look at that basil.
Yum.
Oh, look at that. So I have steak. It has cilantro, scallions, onions, and then you put the jalapeno, basil, bean sprouts, everything inside here with any of your sauces. Well, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Well, can't see the sun yet. It's still early in the morning, but just doing a nice little walk around the hotel parking lot. This is actually where Dave is staying, and so they allowed me to stay out here in the parking lot overnight in my van as a guest over here, so that was nice. I like to get in these days a nice morning walk before I have a long drive ahead of me. So I'm actually headed down to Southern California. Dave is actually going as well. You saw him earlier. We were eating pho together, which was, by the way, amazing. Hang out down there a little bit before it's time to head into the desert. Get us some Southern California in by the beach. I cannot wait. This place that I'm going to is one of my very, very, very favorite spots in all of California. And I'm excited to be down there. I will see you in the next video, which will be in Southern California.